Connected to reading about Fred Jones and using time as a motivator, I wanted to talk a little more about preferred activity time. I think it's a very powerful incentive system. It's positive reinforcement, and I've had a lot of success using it in my classes. It starts off by giving a certain amount of time to your class. It's going to be reserved for fun activities, and students really want to get through their work so they can get to the fun stuff. So let's say, for example, that I say, our class is going to have 15 minutes on Wednesday afternoons to do fun activities if we get our work done. And I'll say, okay, great, 15 minutes, that's not a lot of time, but it's better than doing another worksheet. Now, there are chances to add to that and lose from that. For example, when my class comes in and there are no tardies, everybody's on time, that's worth a little bonus to me. So I'd say, you know what? You guys are here on time, we're starting the day off right, I'm going to add a minute in the plus column. I'm going to also add a bonus when there's no missing homework. That was a big one for me. So if everybody had it, nobody was missing homework, let's add 5 whole minutes. Another good bonus to add was pencils in the morning, just having basic supplies. I'd say, I want to start the day off right, not searching for pencils. Everybody has a pencil in the morning. Let's add a minute for the entire class. These are real incentives because, as you see, it starts to add up pretty quickly, and they think, boy, we're just going to play all day. Another good place to add a bonus would be a great visit to the library. Just having good behavior, choosing books well without any problems. I would add a minute for good behavior visiting another classroom on campus. Now, just with those bonuses I've added, you could see that every morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they had a chance to earn 8 extra minutes a day. So it could be a nice chunk of time. There are places to lose time, however. I can't stand having people leave during class for the bathroom. So I'd say, fine, I don't want you to pee your pants. But if you do go, the entire class loses a minute. And they start policing each other pretty well and saying, wait till recess. Another place I would take away time is for interruptions. Just during my lesson time, not just interruptions all day long, we would lose all our time. But if I were teaching and I get interrupted repeatedly, we would lose time as a class. So those are but basically you want to have a positive tally at the end of the day and not use it as a punitive measure. So that's one way that I get the time for Pat. And really, to justify taking this much time to go do fun activities, there are ways to make this work. Now, game shows are a fun activity. You can use this to break up your class into teams, table groups, make it a competition. So I've bought either the games or find an online version to do Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, Jeopardy. You're going to be reviewing things like science and language arts and math anyway. It's just a fun way to do it, so you're really staying on standard. And Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is a popular one, lots of trivia, and you can gear it towards your subject matter. Another idea for preferred activity time are board games and puzzles. And this would be more quiet indoor activity, and I have a variety of things, whether they're United States maps or teaching the whole class to play chess, checkers, Sudoku games are fun, puzzles, Mancala. They're educational, they're logic games, and it's a nice reward for the class. Connected to our brain research, we know that having sports exercise is a motivator, makes people feel good, actually makes their brain work a little better. So I would offer our regular PE time that by law we have to have anyway, but make it part of our reward system. So going out for a game, something that the students would really want to do, like soccer or jump rope or ultimate frisbee, softball, whatever, basketball. It's also a good way to use PAT. Arts and crafts, we very rarely have time in public school with all our standards to work on crafts, but there are always the holidays or back to school night coming up or something that you want to do special with your class. And this is a fun activity that kids would go out of their way to work hard, to have a chance to play with clay or to make a whole class mural. or to work with paints. It's things that we often don't have time for in our classes these days. Another way to use PAT is for a longer-term, large project, such as a class garden, and taking 15-20 minutes to work the garden, or being excused from other kinds of work to maintain a class project like a class garden. Science fairs and longer-term projects like that make great PAT activities. They're things that kids want to do, they're excited about, and they can spend a lot of time on it. And then also putting on the class play, using theater as the hook, the motivator. And you're not buying them gimmicks, you're not buying them candies, it's just time that they would want to spend doing something more interesting than worksheets or working out of a textbook. So those are some of my ideas for PAT, and hopefully you can see that time can be a very powerful motivator for your incentive system.